we've now defined a very well-constrained high-grade shoot in the north, which previously we hadn't tested that area. We're extremely excited by this. If this continues the way it has started, we're really onto an area of underground mining we previously hadn't considered.
Hello, you're watching Proactive. I'm joined by Segun Lawson, the CEO of Thor Explorations. Segun, very good to speak with you again. What do these latest drill results mean for Segilola's mine life?
Hi, yeah, it's a pleasure to speak to you again. Look, we're extremely encouraged by these results. That's the first point I have to make. It's been quite a sustained drilling program, several thousands of meters being drilled, several holes have been drilled. And I think we have to understand the context. There's no blueprint here. This is still the first large-scale deposit and mine in Nigeria. So it's been a learning experience and a learning process to get to this point. Whilst the open pit has been producing at a high margin and also been coincided with this high gold price environment, we've generated sufficient cash to keep exploration going at the rate we're happy to do. So going to the drill results, historically we have been drilling directly underneath the pit, particularly in the south. But part of the drilling we have been doing now has been significantly below the pit, 300, 400 meters below the bottom of the design pit. And encouragingly, we have continued to intersect high-grade mineable widths of mineralization here. And you would see from these results, 5 meters wide at 5.5 grams per ton, a couple of meters at just over 9 grams. We have, just over a meter at 11.3 grams per ton. And this mineralization remains open. So there are two things here. There's one, infilling these intersections all the way back to the pit bottom, and also they remain open at depth, and we have no reason to believe they are closed off at the moment. So the drilling program continues. There are planned holes to continue testing at depth and to infill right back to the pit surface, and we're encouraged by this. The results to date certainly have added ounces to our resource inventory, and certainly continue to push us in the right direction in two respects. One is extending the mine life. The designed mine life was an initial 5-year period. With these results and the continued rise in the gold price, we're extremely confident this mine life will continue past the 5-year period. And also it provides a strong economic case for our studies, not just on the underground, but whether or not we should be widening and extending the open pit. So that's all going on in parallel. But the main focus between now and the end of the year is continue to push hard on this drilling and to continue to find more ounces.
You mentioned the gold price environment, Segun. How have higher gold prices changed your development plans?
Well, first of all, they have really helped in terms of our cutoff. So we are able to process, or should I say, lower the throughput grade of what we are processing. And given the gold price and given our all-in sustaining cost margin, it's still an extremely profitable operation in doing so. And also it's also enabled us to evaluate narrower areas of mineralization in the underground plan that would previously have been deemed uneconomic. So they are certainly helping our complete evaluation, and we're, like I said earlier, extremely encouraged by the situation we're in, not just with the delivery of the drill results, but the high prevailing gold price environments we are in.
So as drilling continues, what are the key milestones investors should watch over the next 12 months, Segun?
I think there are two things. I think, first of all, we will continue to add ounces, and that's a key for us. We have 4 of our rigs drilling here. And if you noticed in our drilling results, we aren't just drilling in the south. We've now defined a very well-constrained high-grade shoot in the north, which previously we hadn't tested that area. We're extremely excited by this. If this continues the way it has started, we're really onto an area of underground mining we previously hadn't considered. Right now, the mineralization there, the deepest hole we've drilled there is 400 meters below the pit and open. And as I speak now, we are drilling deeper holes along that chute, along down dip on that chute itself. So that's extremely encouraging. We're extremely excited by that. And if these results continue to stack up, we're onto something. So I think what investors should look for is, first of all, continued updates on these results from the south and from this new area in the north. And then secondly, we have always said to ourselves we are targeting a minimum number of ounces before we go out to a resource update, which corresponds to an official mine life extension release. So we're still aiming for that number. The number we have previously said was around about 300,000 ounces. We're hoping we will get there and we believe we are on track to get there over the next, should I say, 5, 6 months. And we're pushing very hard. And, the recent drill results, coupled with our understanding of the structural controls, has made this process, I think, a bit more efficient than it has been over the last 12 months, should I say.
Segun, I hope you'll continue to keep us updated with your progress. Thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you.
Segun Lawson, the CEO of Thor Explorations.